Yo, what's up everybody? How's it going? Today we're playing Dota 2 but Valve Tooltips while working with Valve to push an update for their tooltips. An unnamed fish lady spilled tea and spoons all over the main server. Now everything is wonky and can't be understood. Thank you very much to Deltanoid for making this mode, and this mode is fairly straightforward. First of all of the values are all randomized, so we have kind of crazy, wacky ability values and item values and so on. I mean, you've seen it before. And then secondly, all of the tooltips are perfectly normal and there's nothing to be noted about them. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and let's get right into it. Cool, we got ourselves a lion. Let's go ahead and get ourselves some items first, right? An off-tome sounds great. And some wings. Beautiful. Let's make our way into the mid lane. So, what do we have? We have Frenzy Remnant, AoE mini stunts, their shapeshift as free as Allur's explosion. Banished enemies a particle percentage, how unit damage cast. Against enemy be last the attribute bear. Ooh, attribute bear. Interesting. Then we get ourselves Metamorphosis. Have give this immunity choosing in display max. That takes Cookie Hoodwinks on. Very good. Shapeshift Blade. 2 on knocking, 2 does armor. 2 additively reduced damaging the unit enemy's fiend. And then finally, Fire Skin is the area also enemy. His has melts on speed, Shadow Ray slow unit turns off energy unit, same breaker stun / knockback. Good. Alright, we figured some stuff out about it. We can get ourselves Aghanim Scepter to upgrade Fire Skin is. Which gets the cooldown lower, but actually not that low, it seems. It's actually worse than normal, isn't it? Interesting. Alright, Frenzy Remnant. It's just our stun. We're going up against a Morphling, which is always a little scary. Is this good, this Shapeshift Blade? I think so. I think it might actually be really nice. Ooh, it's fast. Look at that. That is good. Hello. Oh, I still lose it when I lose vision, right? Alright, let's get more Frenzy Remnant. It just reminds me of Elden Ring, right? Frenzied Flame. Some spooky shit. Dude, honestly, there's something wild about FromSoft that they get away with the games that they make. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? Because they will just like... FromSoft will just make a game in which a bunch of characters have glowing red eyes. Orange eyes, sorry. They have glowing orange eyes. And you have no idea what any of them mean. And you wander around the world and all of a sudden you're in like the catacombs of some castle. And then there's just a labyrinth of pipes that all look identical and there's no way of telling which one leads where. And then at the end of it there goes an elevator and down there you find a clone of like a boss that is already the clone of a boss. And then behind that guy is a dungeon full of dead people. But some of them aren't dead, and when you walk past them, they will attack you. And then you go down, and then there's a jumping puzzle where you just have to fall down and hope that you don't actually fall all the way down with shitty, you know, Elden Ring controls. And then at the bottom of that is a door that you can only open if you're naked. You need to take off all of your clothes to open the door. And then behind that door is a weird eldritch deity that is never explained again, that just picks you up. It's like this weird hand with 3 fingers that grabs you, burns your skin, that leaves permanent marks on you, and now everybody hates you and thinks you are insane. And that's Elden Ring. And it's kind of wild that they just do that. You know what I mean? It's kind of wild that they just do that they just get away with that. Alright, we'll get more Shapeshift Blade. Thanks for the mana. Oh, I guess not. Yeah, I want to just use this really quick. Movement speed. 100 damage. Damn, that's a lot of damage, isn't it? Do I get a lot of stats, or why do I have so much HP? Oh yeah, I get like more stats gain. I also have 5.7 int gain, which is pretty chunky. Also, I can come in here and drain myself some mana, right? Thank you. Alright, we got ourselves a handle stick fairies because I felt like that would be a good idea. And next up we want to buy an off revelations. You know, pretty standard build here. We might at one point or another maybe pick up a recipe scepter. But, I mean, it's really good. Recipe scepter, it's very powerful. But I think we want to make sure we get the off revelations first so we can boost up our fire skin is. Because otherwise, I just, you know, like it's going to have a really long cooldown. That's going to be a little awkward. But we could also then go overflowing mist. Of course, that reduces our cooldown even more, pretty significantly. I wonder maybe if that's best if we get that first, actually. Because that would also reduce the cooldown of the handle stick fairies. And of course, that would be quite useful. But then we are also going to be just kind of weak for a little while, which is bad. Alright, get this. Get ourselves a little metamorphosis, which is actually, funnily enough, a very good name for that ability. Turns them into a frog. Also, everything I just explained about Elden Ring, in case you're not sure whether or not I'm joking, I'm not joking. That is exactly what happens in the game. Right? Anybody who played Elden Ring, that is exactly what happens in the game. Including the door that you can only enter when naked. Let me go ahead and grab myself this. I'm gonna go for the overflowing mist first. Alright, we can... Oh, hello. Thanks for the mana. Oh, I regret this now, don't I? Ah! We just got our Necronomicon tree. Is this it? It's not a Necronomicon free! It's been a Necronomicon tree all along! Did I figure it out? I think I finally learned what the Necronomicon free is. It's just a typo. It's a typo. It's a Necronomicon tree. Okay, we have that. We do still need to buy some Terrask crackers though, okay? So let me just start working towards that. Plus 100 max health per Finger of Death kill. Now, I don't quite know what the Finger of Death is, but I do want to just kind of like keep going for Fire Skin is. Alright, let me drain your mana. And then blast this. And that wasn't enough, but that was. There you go. Alright, let me get Terrask crackers. There we go, that's coming in. I'm actually gonna wait with using my handle stick fairies again. Just because otherwise, like I want the cooldown to be reduced, right? There we go. So we get ourselves Fire Skin is going on. And now it's time for off revelations. Obviously, because we need to upgrade Fire Skin is. Whew. This is gonna be very nice against the Medusa. The Shapeshift Blade sounds fantastic, right? Very good. Also, I love that the Overflowing Mist gives us a whole bunch of extra... Oh, rest in peace me. Gives me a whole bunch of extra cast range. 400 extra cast range is quite significant, isn't it? Man, what do we do about Pingu here? The Phantom Chains are definitely doing a lot of damage. Yeah. Nice! I like going for Hammer Strength. Hammer Strength! Very good. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get a point into a Sword Power. Or get a bit of a Sword Power here. We'll use our Fairy... What is it? Handle Stick Fairies. We'll use our Fairies really quick. And we do have our Shapeshift Blade upgraded now, right? We got ourselves the Star Treads. So that's actually very nice. Thank you very much for the mana. I'm just gonna go ahead and drain your mana if you all don't mind. Do we blast this? We need to be kind of careful. We don't want to waste it, right? There we go. Alright. Now we can get more damage per kill. So this is actually quite powerful now. Out shards of caustic. Blast several the invisible interdimensionally. Sorry. Yeah, I look, I try. But it's just, I have some problems with reading out text. It can be a bit difficult sometimes. So this does a lot of damage, right? Well, sorry, it does a lot of speed. But it does do a lot of speed. So I'm quite excited about it. Let me upgrade into an Aquila sword bow, and then we want to get ourselves a recipe scepter. Because with recipe scepter we can of course initiate really easily. An Aquila sword bow lets us move around the map a bit quicker. Okay. Just do a blast. There you go. Just throw it out there. Just throw it out there. Alright, cool, cool, cool. Here's my Aquila sword bow. Fantastic. And we'll work towards the recipe scepter here.
The enemy's top tower has fallen.
You know, I'm kind of like in a bit of a tricky spot right now because I'm like in contract negotiations for something. And something that I've like that's like a little weird about it is that there's like really harsh punishments for breaking the contract. And I get that they just, you know, they want to make sure that their confidentiality is safe. So I'm obviously not going to be able to say anything specific. But it's still like one of those things where it's just like, yeah, I get why. But also, oh, this feels a little weird. Hey, mana! Thank you. What do we do about this now? There you go. Get this one really quick. Alright. Mana time! Mana time! Oh, shit. Mana time! Look, this is how I'm gonna deal damage to this Medusa. And there it is. Hey! We got it. Ooh, I'm level 28 now. We'll get the AoE. That seems good. And we can get ourselves our recipe scepter. We can upgrade that even. Do we want to get an Orb of Vitality? Nah, it's probably not that important immediately. What do we want to get? Holy! Pestilence Blink? What do you guys think is good? Off-Staff? Off-Staff seems kind of nice. Oh, we could always get Blade of Aghanim's, of course. I think I'm gonna go for... Oh, Off-Dagon. I'm gonna go Off-Dagon, actually. That's good. That's smart. Because Off-Dagon protects and attacks. Which is both something that we want. And, okay, a little awkward, but we can just yeet that in there. Ooh, wasn't actually enough. Oh, we got him. Okay. Nice. Nice. Alright, here, have some mana. I can spit mana at people, which is kind of fun. Alright, we'll come down here and use our fairies really quick. We're just kind of strong, aren't we? Level 29, soon to be level 30. We'll have a lot of range on Frenzy Remnant. Now, funnily enough, Fire Skin is, you would think that that actually ends up being a huge deal here, but our opponents are doing a pretty good job at surviving it. They're definitely not going down too easily. Ooh, that's a big boat. Okay, that didn't do jack shit. Alright, give me your mana. Give me your mana. Oh! I wanted to get my... Okay, that's fine. Mana? There you go. I wanted to get my fire skin there. How disappointing, I have to say. Truly disappointing. On the upside, we did manage to get all of those kills. So I'm pretty happy about the way that worked out, right? Coming in here. Throw out a quick little stun. Get him. And get out. So we have a bunch of this now. We'll pick these all up. And then I want to get a dispel, I think. What's a good dispel for us? I mean, there's the Penta-Edged Mage. That's actually kind of a fun name. I gotta say, that's actually kind of a sick name. I think I'll get that. I like the name a lot, actually. The Penta-Edged Mage. Nice. Hello. Give me your mana. Give me your mana. Okay, so we took that guy out of the equation. We don't need to worry about him. Nice! Wicked sick! We can build into an Orb Vitality. And then we have what? Actually, like an interesting question, isn't it? Because we can get rid of our fairies at this point. We don't really need the fairies anymore. Because it's not like we're level 30. We don't really need any more gold, to be completely honest. We could just build a hood, a heart, a blade, or a helix. Do we want to build a helix? It is pretty powerful. It's also kind of expensive. And it is just damage, which is not actually something that we're that desperate for. Thanks for the mana. Woo, look at that tiny go. Look at that tiny just pop right the fuck off. Nice. What's going on here? The Lapsed Dark seems to just pop off like crazy. Oh, I made a mistake. I'm fine. Okay. Well, I think let's put them out of their misery, right? Let's put them out of their misery and do it again. Buy fish. Fish? Fish! I can buy fish! And I can upgrade that into invisibility. Or an agility courier. Or Stuggy and Meteor. Agility courier is actually a fun idea. Like, imagine if your courier depended on like your primary attribute, and like different primary attribute couriers had different effects. Leave your favorite idea for what your primary attribute courier would do down in the comments. Because, you know, maybe you have a fun idea. What would an agility courier do? I think the agility courier would be really fast, naturally, right? And the strength courier would have more HP, more difficult to kill. And the int courier would have gone to university. Alright, let's get ourselves into the next game. Hey, if you liked the video and want to support me, you can do so very easily by just giving the video a quick thumbs up. Thanks, glad to have you on my side. Also, I have a Twitter where I mostly post obscure Dota trivia and cat pictures. If you use Twitter, give me a follow. Done? Cool, let's get back to Dota. We got ourselves Sven. Let's have a look at our abilities. We have Charges Earthbind. The straight area, 850, deals 4 during every Morphling Remnant portion. Alters the movement, remove dashes. So no dashes, we know that for sure. It also has up to 2 Spectres. And damage! That's a lot of Spectres. Armor Headshot. On attack, bonus, starts bonus health, doesn't per cooldown faster transformation time, supernova in. Sounds nice, okay. Decay. The charge and attached opponents and will hits victim way then or dead any for removed. Ooh, young control is pretty high on this as well. Okay, we need to actually get ourselves some stuff and get into a lane, I think. Let's just start with this, and I think we'll go for some fairies again. Those seemed very good last time. Look, I'll get some wings in a moment, chill. Okay, and then finally we have Stand Divine. That is a banger name. I'm starting a petition to rename God's Strength into Stand Divine. That is just straight up a better name for it. Speed has the on out aside by critical if when. It doesn't say a duration, but that's usually in, I think, the ability like description. So I think that's just gonna be a single value. Stand Divine is straight up a better name than God's Strength. And I know 100% I stand by that. I believe that. I think we should rebrand man there a bit. Stand Divine sounds like an anime attack. And you can't tell me that anime attacks don't have the coolest fucking names. Come on now. Restless Gambler? That's a fucking sick name. Okay, shit. You have this. Idle Transfiguration? I only know Jujutsu Kaisen names. But they're fucking banging names. Okay. Here we go. No, oh my, actually JoJo has great names too. I read JoJo Part 7, and one of the abilities there is called Dirty Tricks Done Dirt Cheap. Which is, that's a great ability name. It doesn't make any sense. The ability is, that's a very weird way of describing that ability. Oh, is that cleave massive? Oh my god, that cleave is huge. That is an enormous cleave. Wow, that's terrifying. Okay, we'll get Charge's Earthbind maxed out. Sorry, it's not a lot of cleave. It's Drain Stun. But now this does 480 damage, which is pretty good. I'm very curious about how good Stand Divine is. I mean, a lot of it is gonna come down to duration. And we don't know the duration of that. And I don't think we really have a way of knowing the duration of it. Okay, leave me alone. Thank you. Do you mean filthy acts at a reasonable price? Yeah. Disgusting behavior at a discount. Let's come in here this. Get ourselves this. And do I just use Stand Divine really quick? I'm not gonna level this up now. I'm gonna get more armor headshot. Let's go ahead and grab the Horn of Animal. So, yeah, I'm just gonna use it. I just need to figure it out, right? Alright, let's just fucking pop it. Seems to be fine. I think it's the normal. Is it normally 35 seconds? I think it's normally 35 seconds. So, it seems okay. Seems pretty normal. I play League, can you explain the main difference? So my understanding of that is a little limited, because I don't play League. Right? So it's like one of those things, it's like asking the native speaker of a language to explain how to speak the language, and it's just like, I don't really know, I just know this, I don't know the other stuff. But I do actually know a little bit about League. I think the main difference between Dota and League is that Dota has a lot slower of a kill time. So you can't, like in League, you will die in literally a split second. In Dota, that can take a lot longer. Like I would say the kill time for similar situations in Dota compared to League is about 5 times as long. Which makes a really big difference, because that means that there's a lot more disables. The damage overall is much lower. And there's a lot more ways to also like kind of combat disables. So the most important item in Dota, the number one item that you need to know about, is called BKB, or it's called Blade of Aghanim's in this mode, but this is right here. And what that does is it gives you magic immunity, right? And that protects you from all of these disables and spells. And every hero pretty much has some sort of disable. So for example, you can see I'm playing Sven here. I can throw out a stun. It's just a single target stun with an AoE. It's really simple, really easy to use. This is the kind of ability that in League of Legends would be an ultimate, I think. Right? It's not really something you would see in League of Legends just like that. But in Dota, this is a pretty standard ability. In fact, there are so many abilities like this that I have a bit of a joke here where I say every hero has a magic missile, where a magic missile is just that kind of ability. An ability that's a single target, strong disable. Right? So Dota, lower damage, but a lot more disables. And then also Dota as a game is really, really heavily about kind of economy, but in different way from League, where it's less about economy of timing, it's more about economy of just having money, right? It's just about having the raw resources. And oftentimes in Dota matches, you will see at the top, right? Like when you're watching Pro Dota, it's like this team has plus 5k and this is the net worth. This is how much money more that team has. And that's a really, really, really important factor in Dota. It's like that your team as a whole is farming faster than your opponent. And so like a lot of strategies in Dota are based around that. The overall team variety in Dota is high in heroes, but relatively low in strategy. So that means that most teams tend to kind of play for the same timings, but they will do it with a large variety of different heroes. And am I forgetting anything? Think about Flash or whatever, it's 300-second cooldown League, whereas Blink has a 12-second cooldown. Yeah, so for example in Dota, you can just buy this item, which is a Blink Dagger, which lets you do this. And it's got like a 15-second cooldown, 12-second cooldown. Alright. Items in Dota. Yeah, that's another big difference. Items in Dota are A, I think generally more powerful, and B, they offer much more utility. So items can have active effects that are much, much stronger than what you would normally see in League. So in Dota, you can have a Blink Dagger, which just lets you teleport around. You can have a BKB, which just gives you magic immunity for a little while. You can have a Satanic that gives you a huge amount of lifesteal, like 300% lifesteal for 5 seconds. Like Dota is all about these kind of like short-term buffs and using items to apply them. Okay, I think that's really all I can say though. I don't really want to spend too much time right now talking about League. But I hope that helped a little bit. At its core, the games are not that different. Alright, we'll get ourselves the cooldown of Stand the Wine reduced. Yeah, that seems fine. That seems fine. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good. Alright, let's fall back really quick. Whew, so what are we buying? We have a bunch of money. Butterfly, is Butterfly good? What about this? Perseverance, Nullifier, Blessing. That actually seems pretty good. That's actually a lot of stats. Movement speed is kind of low, but we actually are good on movement speed already. I don't know. I'm actually unsure about this. I think looking at this game, I probably need actually Blade of Aghanim's.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Some of my mates played, so it's cool to see why Dota. I think if you're like a new player, the main appeal of Dota would just be that all of the heroes are free. Right? Like, I know in League you kind of need to unlock them, and I know it's not too harsh anymore these days. I know it's become a lot more lenient. But in Dota, you just don't have to unlock shit. You just get all of the stuff. You can immediately be competitive. And I think that's pretty appealing. Overall, Dota is a game that is more about teamwork, I would say as well. Where League, I think an individual player can shine really heavily because, again, the damage is really high. In Dota, if you're 1 versus 5, you're gonna die because you're just gonna get disabled. That's it. You just cannot win. But that might, again, be my perception of League. As I mentioned, it's a bit flawed because I haven't actually played that much of it. Okay. We'll get more movement speed. I think the armor is not that important. It's also worth noting that what you're seeing right now is not Dota. I mean, it is Dota, but it's not normal Dota, right? And you shouldn't use this as a benchmark for what you can expect of the game. This is a modified version of Dota. We play custom games here, right? So please don't go around thinking now, I saw Baumi do this, and this ability was called Stand Divine, but now it's called God Strength in normal Dota. Why that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Well, that's because that doesn't really make a lot of sense, because this is a custom game. Okay, grab these.
I can do no less.
LoL is all about individual skill in the lower ranks. Higher ranks actually require teamwork. Yeah, I didn't say that League doesn't require teamwork. I don't believe that. It's just like one of those things where I think in League, like if you are 1 versus 5, right? In theory, you can do enough damage to win that. Right? Like in theory. I'm not saying that in actuality that will work, but in practical, like in this like, oh my god, I'm fucking Neo in the Matrix for the next 15 seconds, right? In that kind of scenario, you can actually make it happen. In theory. While in Dota, if you are going solo against a team of other players, it will take about 3 seconds before you're perma-stunned and dead. You just cannot win. It's just not possible. And I think that's a big difference because it expresses a lot of other differences between the games, right? Like, it's not something that I think is necessarily like a good descriptor of how a normal game will work out for either of them. But I think it expresses kind of how you need to think differently about the two games. Okay. Big old doozer. Yeah, I'm a bit worried about that. We're gonna need an MKB, aren't we? Sorry, we're gonna need an off-blink guard. Something I'm a bit worried about is that my inventory is kind of filling up with a bunch of bullshit. Like, I have a bunch of garbage in my inventory and none of it is lifesteal. Oh my god, this Medusa is a problem. Yeah. We already went up against Medusa last game, but at least I had mana drain there. You know, that did a lot of damage to her. But now without mana drain, it's a real problem. Let's come in here. Pick up our tree mask. Oh, off. Oh, we can get 2 fire. Well, okay, there we go. We finished up our 2 fire. And now we can get ourselves a nice little item here. We'll get more stun duration. It's a 4-second stun now, which is really good. OMG, someone is playing Artifact in the Artifact section. No way. No way. I don't believe you. That cannot be true. This... Nobody has played Artifact in the Artifact section forever. No, they are watching Harry Potter and Rick and Morty. No, wait, there is somebody actually... Oh my god, you are right. Somebody's actually streaming Artifact. That's some wild shit. Of course, they are also watching Harry Potter, right? But would it be the Artifact section if not? Oh my god, this Medusa! Oh man, I need my Aghanims. I was just trying to throw a hammer at her, but it wasn't working. Was not working. I still think that this is intentional, by the way. I 100% think that, oh Oh, is this Squid Game? I think that the artifact section being just filled with people streaming movies and shit has to be intentional. That has to be like Steam, not Steam, sorry, but Twitch has to know about it, right? Like they know about it and they are just fine about it. She's 1 versus 5. Come on, again, this is not normal Dota. You can't use anything that you see on the screen as proof of anything. That would be quite dishonest and silly. I'm gonna need a stun here.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Okay, come on. Nice.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Good. So we killed the Medusa.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
It's normal Medusa from Dota 2. That's true. That is normal Medusa from Dota 2. I think I can get rid of my recipe scepter and I replace it with an off revelations. Wait, what? Okay, no, it does increase my... It gotta. It doesn't say, but like it gotta increase my cast range. No way it doesn't.
Good idea.
We'll see, I suppose. It's gonna ask just that. Twitch just doesn't give a crap or what? I think so. I think Twitch doesn't care.
My code compels
Like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's not... No, it just doesn't increase the cast range. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Ooh. I thought that increased cast range. Alright, we'll get the Venomancer, and then we'll just TP out. Oh, that poison damage is filthy. Okay, so we sell this, and I think that means we have to get our recipe scepter back, and then we get rid of this, and we get... Satanic? Is Satanic good here? It's probably not good, right? What about Neverdagon?
Bottom tower is under attack.
Ooh, it's a 2.48 second stun. That's pretty long.
Your bottom tower is under
How good is off bar? Gives 82 attack speed when consumed. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Arcane Spirit. That's also interesting. It's probably not good enough. We need more than 5 attacks.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Alright, I'm gonna get the Neverdagon. We're not gonna be able to lifesteal anyway because of the Skadi.
Radiant structures are
Okay, we need to wait.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower has
I don't have BKB, I don't have God Strength. I don't think we can fight.
Your middle barracks has fallen.
Okay, that's good. Alright. Nice. So that worked out great. Good. Good, 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 good. Let's get ourselves the off bar.
yes.
Consume that. And yeah, I mean, I'm like an entirely offense-based Sven. I haven't actually checked. Does Recipe Optic Voodoo reduces region by 70%? Like, Lifesteal wouldn't do shit anyway, right? Lifesteal wouldn't do anything anyway. So I think our purely offensive-based Sven is fine here.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
Hello. Good. Is Pingu complaining about getting stunned? You shut up, you filthy Medusa. You don't get to complain. Pingu doesn't get to complain about shit. Oh, there you go. Ah, some lifesteal shoe would be nice, wouldn't it? I think I'm gonna try out the overflowing mist. Like, I could try to upgrade my recipe scepter instead. But I think with this, I can yeet myself in from far enough away that I won't need the recipe scepter. And it also just like it lowers my cooldowns by so much, right? Like now I don't have to worry about having BKB ready, now I don't need to worry about having Stand Divine ready. That recent BKB nerf really made a difference. I know Valve didn't call the last patch a big patch. They called like it was 7.31D. But can I just be honest? I think that's nonsense. I think that patch could have had a single patch note, which is just BKB now has 90 seconds cooldown. And that would have been enough to justify 7.32. Because that is such a massive change. That is actually such a big deal. It's huge. Huge. Changes everything. Oh, it didn't yeet me in. What happened there? Ah, we're stunned. Ah! To remember was it short. It was 75 seconds before. So it went from 75 to 90. And I know that doesn't sound like a big difference, but it's actually huge. Because like 75 seconds is just at the tip of once per fight. While 90 seconds is just at the tip of once every 2 fights. Right? It changes BKB from being something you have access to in every fight to something that you have access to every other fight. And that changes the entire game. Changes the entire game. Makes a huge difference. So, again, I think they could have... If that patch had literally been a single patch node, just BKB now has 90 seconds cooldown and nothing else, that would still have been a justifiable 7.32 for me. I mean, it would have looked really funny too, which I would have appreciated if I'm honest. So it yeeted me in now. Why didn't it yeet me in earlier? Am I blind? Did it yeet me in? Good enough. 8.0 win. I don't know, dude. I have no idea what they're like, what their thinking is with like big version numbers like that. Because do you guys not think that, like for example, the Aghanim's shards or the neutral items would have been enough to justify an 8.0? I think so. I think that Aghanim's shards patch or the neutral items patch, both of them would have been plenty argument for an 8.0. I'm such a baller. I'm just such a lad. But I don't know what it's going to take for them to feel like they can justify 8.0. If they don't think that neutral shards or Aghanim's neutral items or Aghanim's shards are good enough, I don't know what will be. Because like it's one of those things where both of those were actually, I would argue, equally big patches as 7.0. Like 7.0 really only brought the talents. Like, that's what 7.0 brought. 7.0 brought Monkey King and the talents. And that was pretty much it. And I'm not saying that was a small patch. The bigger thing that 7.0 brought was like a mentality change, right? Where like now we're willing to change Dota more significantly as opposed to just keeping it normal. Right? They changed the HUD. They changed the... Ooh, kind of dying a little bit. Oh my god. No, they changed the HUD around, and it was just, they changed the map a bunch. It was like, it was more of an attitude shift than anything. It was a change to how Dota is going to be treated going forward. And you might say, okay, well, to justify 8.0, we need another one of those. But then we'll never get 8.0. Like, that will just never, ever happen. Because, like, what could possibly be that even? Like, how could you change the attitude towards Dota now? Like, I don't even know what that would mean, right? Does anyone know how her spirits work? Oh, that's funny. If you don't actually know how your hero works in this mode, then you're gonna be... Well, just read the tooltips.
The enemy's bottom barracks has fallen.
Don't be silly. Just read the tooltips. It's all described there.
The enemy's bottom barracks has fallen.
Right, but if the argument is it's the attitude that's required to change, like to change big version number, then I can see that argument, but then I also don't see how anything could ever be 8.0. I just think then 7.0 is the final version number. Right, and we'll only do small, like we'll only do a smaller number upgrades from now on. Okay. God damn Medusa. But we have a Medusa too. Let's go! But if the thinking is that it needs to fulfill a certain size requirement of patch, then we've had multiple patches that have already had that quantity, right? If it's about map changes, we have plenty of map changes now. Lots and lots of map changes. Is it about introducing a new gameplay element? We've had that. Neutral items, Aghanim shards, that's it. New heroes? Well, we've had plenty of new heroes, obviously. So, I don't really know what it's going to be. It could be an engine change, right? Like if they ever change from Source 2 to like Source 3. Let's be realistic. Source 4. Then that could be it. But like, I mean, that's gonna take a minute, isn't it? If that's ever gonna happen. I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a rating on the video. Would definitely appreciate that. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.